Vroom 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 vroom. I rent a small garage for one car, which is located in a quiet neighborhood. The garage is just big enough to fit my compact vehicle comfortably, providing a safe and secure place to park. It's a convenient spot that I use regularly, ensuring my car is protected from the elements and always ready for my next drive. But nevertheless, it is in a convenient location. Overall, I like it and I don't expect or set any big tasks for it. Therefore, I suggest going on my own. Storm, to be honest, guys, I've dreamed about this for so long and I've dreamed of saying it. Honestly, it's all thanks to you for loving my content and my brother's content and rewatching it over and over again. Therefore, let's stop by. I don't know, let's stop by the new post office as a contractor, maybe. Maybe they will have some work for us. I would gladly load up with the new post office and go to complete this route. So, well, what do we need to review? As always, there's heavy traffic here. As always, they have plenty of their own trucks, but sometimes you can catch a decent route. So, what do we see? The new post office offers S3 routes. Paving stone 20 tons, they pay 400 euros. Traveling from Khmelnytsky to Khmelnytsky, meaning transportation between warehouses, overall sounds like a bargain to me. Next, we have for 650 euros Khmelnytsky to Starokostiantiniv. Here we have 22 tons of non-alcoholic beer, but transporting beer is risky. Risky, to be honest. And chipboard for 2,500 from Khmelnytsky to Vistry. In my opinion, from Khmelnytsky to Vistry, I would take it without hesitation right now, if not for one thing. But we just bought the truck. We haven't broken it in yet. I haven't done the maintenance on it, and I would like to test it on a short distance. So I suggest taking some paving stones and driving around Khmelnytsky to understand how much it's necessary or not necessary to do the maintenance. How bad everything is, how complicated, sort of. Now, one trip, everything will literally show us. So, if someone disagrees with me, sorry. I believe that before going into some big, long distance trip, it's still necessary to take it for a test run. A short one. So, we will hook up this container now and simply go along with it. I don't like how tightly they pack everything. And then, well, it's really inconvenient for the drivers. Damn, how much hassle it is to do all of this, considering they had the opportunity and space to make it a bit wider and more convenient. So now to drive out without hitting anything. That's the task. And it seems like we managed it just fine. Super. All right, let's go. I understand it's 42 kilometers here. Like, really, not much. Indeed. I think there won't be any problem with that. Now we will transport. And first of all, see what our relatively new truck, I got it used, because I haven't yet earned enough for a brand new one from the showroom. But this one is already my own. As you can see, the interior is excellent. A small screen, and overall the dashboard, as you can see, is as modern as possible. I don't know, I like everything. There's a sunroof, which is also cool, and the air conditioner works, everything works. A decent sleeper, there's a curtain, so I have no visual complaints for now. Definitely. This is definitely much better in terms of condition and quality truck than the one I used to drive. And just as it started raining, now we'll see how we are doing. What will happen with the headlights? Sorry, with the wipers, how the tires will handle it. We'll see all of this now. Well, we're going at 60, but it's heavy cotton for a 20-ton load type. One container, in my opinion, is carrying heavy cotton. I would like departs. Well, the engine is a bit more lively, but do you understand yourself? So far we're doing well. So we don't need a detour here. It seems unnecessary. We're going straight. Yes, the emergency lights are working. It's okay. So, the signal is working. Well, it seems so. I don't see any complaints or problems for now. Nothing is leaking anywhere. Nothing is leaking from the hatch. The panel is dry. No warning lights are appearing on the dashboard. And that's already 90% of the problem solved, which is, of course, important for us. Right? An unpleasant turn. So there, it seemed like someone let me through a bit. Oh God, how I almost didn't crash. I just fit in perfectly. Yes, but not with this guy. This guy set me up a bit, but it's nothing serious. God, like lightning, I'm burning, lightning fear, simply cyclonic storm. But they did warn, I'll cheer you up, that the storm warning is in effect. Be careful. So what do I have? I have the fuel tank filled to the brim. I did everything. Everything is fine. So, overall, we can confidently not get distracted by anything and drive clearly towards the goal. Yes, I see the navigator is also updated, the latest version. All maps are there, everything is clearly pulling up. For now, all the gas stations, which is important, of course, are pulling up. All the rest stops, parking spots, well, cafes are also all there, which is good. We have 29 kilometers left to drive. Here we have a speed limit of 70, but I didn't find what I didn't find. I will come to terms if I get a fine, my dear ones, with us, because I still want to try to push it to 100 on a wet road, but nevertheless, this needs to be seen. I want to know what it's capable of, so that in the future, when taking long extended trips, to understand what to expect in terms of time. But for now, I don't know. So I really love being in the car in the rain. Of course, often when I'm driving alone, I turn on music, I make coffee, and these sounds are just incredible.
I really like it. Every raindrop just breaks on your car. And these are very pleasant sounds, a great delight. Yes, here we go. On the overtaking, they turn, so there's an opportunity to speed up a bit and try to simply hit 100. Although you see, it's like this. Well, like there's light behind, but in front, where I'm driving, it's still overcast. Because most likely it's pulling there. Right in that direction. So consider that I'm leading the rain. So what are we going to do here? Well, probably we will go for overtaking in the left lane because it seems like 100 there. Look, well, 100 is almost very close, but it seems like I can't reach it. And there's also the police, hello, speeding, avoiding an accident. Oh, tough. We accelerate the maneuver. Catch it, and another fine for speeding. We go minus 300 euros on the balance, considering that we will be paid 360 euros for this job. But this is a test drive, and after this trip, well, you saw how I drive, you saw how it was going, everything was like this before, great and without any problems. So you don't need to be afraid. So are we going to overtake on the turn here as well? It's better not to do that because it's very dangerous. But when you have no other option and you don't want to lose speed, you maneuver where you can. Just to make it 90 kilometers, I managed to stabilize, and it seems to me that for now, 90 is still the maximum to avoid a collision, because it's a weak vehicle, no doubt about it, and I won't be able to get 100 out of it, but, well, overall, I probably don't need it. So, dear ones, sweethearts, we tested the vehicle, roughly speaking, not yet in all weather conditions, of course, but over time, we'll see if it will still be with me by then. Maybe things will start moving now. There is work for truck drivers in Ukraine right now. A lot of it, despite everything, for truck drivers, even more so. So, if everything goes well, the work will generally pay off quickly. Like, you understand perfectly well if... Oh, what a pothole. Oh, what a pothole. Teresias sings, oh, there you have it, a test drive. Good potholes, good roads in Khmelnytsky. Thank you. Sincerely, thank you for the well-patched potholes. There are no potholes. Now there are bumps, but bumps are not potholes, and this is a case read into it. Speed. Bumps. Yes. By the way, if anyone doesn't know, there is a trucker from Khmelnytsky, also Vlad 1000R. Subscribe to him, great videos. The guy makes a really, like, actually, the way he talks about the work of a trucker at Nova Poshta like no one else has. So subscribe to him and subscribe to me, because I have a different format of content. I'm a trucker, but I don't work for the post office. I take on any job. I drive different routes as long as they pay well, and everything else doesn't really concern me. Honestly speaking, especially since we got our own car. Now we can work if we do a week. Well, 4 flights are really adequate. At 2 to 3,000. Well, let's say two, considering fuel costs back and forth, maybe caught a fine somewhere. Net, it comes out to 2,000. And euro, 2,000 euros. 4 trips a day, 4 a week, 4 times 2. We end up with 8,000 euros. 8,000 euros we end up with per week, right? That is in 13 weeks. In 13 weeks, provided that there will be work at such a rate and everything will be fine, and I will manage to do 4 trips a week, then in 13 weeks we will have the loan completely paid off. Well, that's cool. In my opinion, well, like 14 weeks, well, 13 weeks, let it be 14 weeks or let it be 12 weeks. 12 weeks is 3 months. So roughly speaking, with such a schedule, if you work hard in 3 weeks, working as a long-haul driver, you can earn back that 100. And then go into a clear profit, having a steady job, and constantly having cash on hand. Well, in my opinion, that's very, very good. So, there can be no complaints here. Yes, it seems I missed a bit while I was working on financial literacy. I slightly missed the turn. Now, further on, I checked the GPS at the gas station. A U-turn. And just a little bit. I need to go back a bit to get in. Well, it happens, such things. Just a little bit here. How many kilometers? About 5. That on top, nothing. So count for yourselves, friends. As for me, doing long-haul trucking, well, in our time, doing long-haul trucking is a must-have. It's beneficial no matter how you look at it. And it's definitely profitable. So watch, try it if anything. Yes, let's estimate the speed, because I've already got 1 fine. Either the police were standing nearby, or they definitely slapped another one on me. Yes, here we have a little turn. Small. Then, yes, well, no need to refuel. Of course, the tank is practically full. Here we've driven about 40. Well, let's say 50, so problems. Obvious problem. So we're all heading back. Now we're driving in here. 10 kilometer, just drive. And that's it. So try. Do it. Go ahead. Of course, to start, try working as an employee. And then you can take a loan and buy that truck. Well, let's say you take it for 10,000, that Volvo is cheaper. It might not be anything special, but you'll be working for yourself. So, in my opinion, it's quite a good option. Well, think it over yourself, of course. Otherwise, you'll say that Tolik Cluster, I watched the video, signed up for the Tactile Livka package, and he, well, kind of didn't tell me everything. It didn't turn out as well as it should have. So, try it out. I'm just sharing my experience. That's how it is for me, and how it will go for you, and how good a driver you are, and how precisely you can make trips. That depends it entirely on you. Yes, and there's that turn that I missed. Darn, well, literally I just didn't have the opportunity to turn around because there were a bunch of cars behind me and in front. There was also a car driving, so I just drove further. And that's it. I looked at what was there on the navigator. How far? I need to go to turn around. If it were possible to go further, then maybe I would of course have turned around like that, but what is it showing me here? This turn is correct? Well, it seemed so then, but there is kind of, oh my, this road this is the break-in of the new man. There's another entrance, as I understood, but well, it seemed fine. It shook a little, but overall, it's okay. You can't approach the agro firm any other way. Of course, you shouldn't push through like I did. We'll spread out and go at 40 slowly through the fields, and then we'll proceed. You see, the fields have already been harvested. Everything is fine. So, what? Am I going to be second here? Or what? Or is he going, not going? Has he unloaded already? Or where is he loading? Or maybe where or what? Yes, probably. Where it seems like the scales are free here, so okay.